Perfect Wisdom. With the divisions of the Abhisamilakra. Translated by EdwardConze 1904–1979. University of California Press, Berkeley, Los Angeles, London. Chapter 77. The Cognition of the Perfect Purity of the Buddha Field. Subhuti. What is the Bodhisattva's path, having stood wherein he should put on this kind of armor? The Lord. The 6 perfections, 2. The 18 special Buddha-dharmas. Moreover, all dharmas are the Bodhisattva's path. What do you think, Subhuti, is there any dharma in which the Bodhisattva should not be trained, and yet win full enlightenment? There is no dharma in which he should not be trained, because untrained in each and every dharma a Bodhisattva is not capable of attaining the knowledge of all modes. Subhuti. If all dharmas are empty, how can a Bodhisattva train in them? Does he not form discursive ideas about something which is without them if he thinks that there are so many of these and not of those? These dharmas are worldly or supramundane, with or without outflows, conditioned or unconditioned, dharmas of the common people, 2. Dharmas of arhats, prayekabuddhas, or Buddhas. The Lord. So it is, Subhuti, so it is. All dharmas are empty. If again all dharmas were not empty, then, the Bodhisattva could not fully know the supreme enlightenment. But because all dharmas are empty, therefore the Bodhisattva does fully know the supreme enlightenment. Moreover, Subhuti, when you say, if all dharmas are empty, how does a Bodhisattva effect a differentiation of dharmas, to the effect that there are so many of these and not of those? 2. There are the dharmas of the common people, 2. The dharmas of arhats, prayekabuddhas, or Buddhas. It is just possible that those beings might cognize that all dharmas are empty. Therefore the Bodhisattva, having fully known the supreme enlightenment, having noted the distinctive differentiation of all dharmas, demonstrates dharma to beings. The forsaking of all inclinations. There the Bodhisattva who courses in the path to enlightenment should first of all consider that there is therein not any dharma which could be apprehended in its own being, except by way of the karma formations. And then he thus considers the own being of all dharmas, he does not settle down in any dharma whatsoever, be it the perfections, 2. The supreme enlightenment. And why? Because through their own being all dharmas are empty, and emptiness cannot settle down in emptiness. The very emptiness, to begin with, cannot be apprehended, how much less he who can settle down in emptiness. It is thus that the Bodhisattva dwells without having settled down in any dharma. Having stood in this training, he surveys all the practices in which beings course, asks himself wherein they do course and thinks to himself that they course in seizing on that which is not. And the Bodhisattva further reflects that well freed, surely, are those beings from seizing on that which is not. Thereupon through skill and means, having stood in the perfection of wisdom, he admonishes them as follows. May you beings give gifts, and then you will have an abundance of all that you need. But do not put your minds to that which you need, because within it there is no core. And so he admonishes them in morality. May you beings guard morality, but do not put your minds to that morality, for within it there is no core, and so for the other virtues, up to the dharmas of a Buddha. When he thus instructs and admonishes, he courses in the path to enlightenment, but does not settle down anywhere. And why? Because all dharmas are unfit to settle down in. For they have no own being in which one could settle down, on account of the fact that their own being consists of emptiness. In consequence, the Bodhisattva who courses in the path to enlightenment does not abide anywhere. By way of abiding nowhere he courses in the 6 perfections, but does not abide in them. He enters on the trances, but does not abide in them. And why? Because the trance is empty of itself, and also he who enters on it is empty, and also the modes through which he enters are empty. And so on, up to the enlightenment of a Pratyekabuddha. Subhuti. For what reason does he not abide therein? The Lord. For 2 reasons. Which 2? The fruits in which he could abide have no own being, nor has that by which he could abide, or he who could abide. Nor is he easily contented, but he thinks to himself, Not should I not attain the fruit of a stream winner, but I should not stand still at that point. 2. I should not rest until I have won the supreme enlightenment. And why? Because from the first thought of enlightenment onwards I have not acquired any thought which lies outside the supreme enlightenment. And why? Because I have not even from the first stage onwards produced any thought which lies outside the supreme enlightenment. And so up to the 10th stage. 2. When he has entered on a bodhisattva's special mode of salvation, he has never produced any thought which lies outside the supreme enlightenment. As with an undistracted mind the bodhisattva heroically advances by way of body, voice, and mind, he never does so without reference to this thought of enlightenment. It is thus that the bodhisattva, having stood in the thought of enlightenment, produces the path to enlightenment with an undistracted mind. Subhuti. If, O Lord, all dharmas are unproduced, how does the bodhisattva produce the path to enlightenment? The Lord. So it is, Subhuti, so it is. All dharmas are unproduced. For is it not so that all dharmas are unproduced for those who do not effect any karma formations? Subhuti. Is it not so, O Lord, that whether tathagatas are produced, or whether they are not produced, just established is this fixed dharmic order of dharmas? The Lord. So it is, Subhuti, so it is. Whether tathagatas are produced or not, just established is this fixed dharmic order of dharmas. But for the sake of those who do not cognize this fixed order of dharmas, the bodhisattva produces the path to enlightenment by which he frees beings from samsara. The attainment of full enlightenment. Subhuti. Is, then, enlightenment attained by a path which is produced? The Lord. Not so, Subhuti. Subhuti. Is it, then, attained by a path which is not produced? The Lord. Not so, Subhuti. Subhuti. Is it, then, attained by a path which is both produced and unproduced? The Lord. Not so, Subhuti. Subhuti. Is it, then, produced by a path which is neither produced nor not produced? The Lord. Not so, Subhuti. Subhuti. How, then, is enlightenment attained? The Lord. Enlightenment is attained neither through a path nor through a non-path. Just enlightenment is the path, just the path is enlightenment. Subhuti. If just enlightenment is the path, and if just the path is enlightenment, then the bodhisattva has already attained enlightenment. How, then, can a tathagata be one who is recognized by the 32 marks of a superman, the 10 powers of a tathagata, the 4 grounds of self-confidence, the 4 analytical knowledges, 2. The 18 special Buddha-dharmas? The Lord. What do you think, Subhuti, does the Buddha attain enlightenment? Subhuti. No, O Lord, he does not. Just the Buddha is enlightenment, just enlightenment is the Buddha. The Lord. As to what Subhuti has said, then the bodhisattva has already attained enlightenment. Here a bodhisattva, after he has fulfilled the 6 perfections, 2. The 18 special Buddha-dharmas, will, through the adamantine concentration, by a wisdom which is conjoined with one single thought moment, fully know the supreme enlightenment. It is then that he is recognized as a tathagata, as one who sees all and has full sovereignty over all dharmas. The purity of the Buddha field.